lot of buyers right now who are trying to find a way to afford to get into a house are thinking that this new FHA 40-year mortgage might be the product that will work for them in order to lower their payments. But is this really a thing? Is the 40-year mortgage a reality? Is that accessible for buyers? And if so, what will it do to their payments?
Man, great question. The first thing I hate to break to you, it's not a real thing. This is not something that new home buyers can take advantage of. What the FHA did was that they noticed that a lot of their current FHA loan owners were having struggles keeping up with their mortgage payments. So they opened up a loan modification option for people that have been struggling to make their mortgage payment, essentially saying, hey, if you can't make this payment, we'll stretch that term out a little bit longer for you. Hopefully this will enable us to not foreclose on you. Is this even a good idea? Maybe not. If you are somebody that got a house 2-3 years ago and you have an FHA interest rate that's in the 2s or 3s, you're probably not going to want to modify into a 40-year mortgage in the 5s or 6s, because even though we're extending that term, the higher interest rate might make your payment not at all cheaper. Even if we could, though, I would strongly advise people against this idea of going for a 40-year mortgage. You will see that the amortization schedule, once you spread that term out, is just much rougher for a buyer. If you could have a 40-year mortgage today, you put 5% down on a $250,000 home here in Lake County, your mortgage payment on the 40 years is only going to be about $100 a month cheaper. And at the end of 5 years, you're going to have $8,000 less of equity if there's no appreciation on the property. If you have to opt into this loan modification to stay in the house, totally understand. But I would say do everything in your power to not have to go back to 40 years in a mortgage if you can't help it.
We tend to think in terms of monthly payments. We have a hard time thinking sometimes, especially when we're in a hard situation, of what is going to happen 5 or 10 years down the road when I want to sell this house and get into another house, get into a larger house or whatever. If I don't have any equity to speak of, or I have less equity in my home, this will actually hurt me.
Absolutely. One of the best ways to build wealth here in America is to own real estate and build equity in it. So if you can, try to stay in the 30-year, even opt for a 20 or 15-year if possible. That's an even better way to get equity quickly.
Yes.